Good morning, or afternoon, or evening, or whatever it might be for you. Keyaway here with the Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes video. This video is on my teams for Grand Arena. Just wanted to share them with you, maybe give you some ideas. At this point in time, probably a lot of the teams are pretty standard in regards to Grand Arena. Same thing with Territory Wars. But maybe if you have some of these characters, maybe these teams would work for you and hopefully help you pull out a victory. It's a lot easier to come up with interesting teams in 3v3 versus 5v5. But anyway, here we are. So on this list, I have this tab called Ideas 2. So these are some new ideas that I have come up with for teams that I'm going to run. Some are the same, some are a little bit different from last time we had Grand Arena 5v5. And so the first 7 teams on here are going to be my defensive teams. And then the bottom 7 are going to be my offensive teams. So the first one is General Grievous. And then I have B2, B1, Magna Guard, and BB8. I see more and more of this type of team in Territory Wars, and it's not fun to deal with because BB8 allows them to get out of the gate really quick and just do some major damage at the beginning. This is a pretty good banner stealing team, even with Jedi Knight Revan and all the healing he provides. I think most of the time you're probably going to get at most 55 banners and possibly even lose. The next team is my Newt team, which I really like with Malak in it. I typically have Jango in here, but I put Jango this time with Bounty Hunters. Jango actually is probably, I think, makes this team more difficult. I don't know, Spy might do a really good job, and you'll see why I have a Spy on here, not with my Geo team. But you're going to have to take a really good team to take this out. I mean, probably a Darth Revan or a Jedi Knight Revan. I'm hoping my General Grievous will force you to use that. And then that will leave Darth Revan for you to try to take this down. I don't think JTR could do it because of Malak in there. But this is, and then you got Droideka in there who wants to just blow people up. So I really like that team. It does, this time is a little, like I said, I usually have Jango and it performs really well. So I'm curious to see how it does with Spy in there. And Dooku goes out pretty quick, puts everyone under stealth, and then you're kind of forced to attack Malak. And then Malak will hopefully fear you to death, and then if you do some damage on him, he'll drain you. The next team is my Shock T team, and R2 is quick. He'll put everyone under stealth except for Stormtrooper Han, and then that will allow everyone else to kind of go off and do damage. And then you got R2 who can put out burning. And then you got Shock T who can provide healing, and which helps out a lot, and also can help force you to attack Stormtrooper Han as well. So I like that team. It's mainly in there to just steal some banners. Hopefully get you down to 55 banners, but and do some damage. Leia with her double triple tap, and then Ezra dealing out the huge numbers as well. And then you got R2 sharing his stats with everyone. So that's a fun team. Next, I have the Kira team with Ness in there. Ness is, I went with the fast Ness still currently. Still trying to debate if I want to go back to just a slow high tenacity one. But with this team, I like to get Nest out quick. Hopefully put out daze on everyone and remove turn meter, which will then allow the damage dealers Lando and Han to get out there, and then L3 to tick up and taunt and just be a nuisance to whoever they take against Kira. Next are the bounty hunters with the Mando and Grief. And this is where I put Django. I wanted to have Django back with this team. I'm still trying to decide. I made a video a little bit ago when I was doing Mando and Grief, asking for some suggestions on who the 5th bounty hunter I should gear up to 13. And unfortunately, no one really gave any suggestions, so I'm still kind of in limbo about who I want that to be. Dengar's in there, just he's good at stealing banners, because he always seems to come in at the most opportune time to throw out his thermal detonators and steal banners. So that's why I currently have him in there. I think I want to take in Zam as the next one, but I also like get Dengar, so I don't know. I don't know if I've really ever seen a Gear 13 Dengar. I don't know how much of a difference it makes in regards to his damage output, but survivability is probably pretty good. Then I got Phasma team. This team is mainly just for stealing banners, and since they're all Gear 13, since I had to use them to get Supreme Leader Kylo, they're mainly in there just to steal banners. I don't really expect any holds from them, but hopefully with the AoEs from OG Kylo and also Special Forces TIE Pilot, and then obviously Phasma as well. They all have AoEs. Hopefully they can at least take away your protection and limit how many banners you can get. Next I have Padme, just because Padme is just a awesome team, and I needed to put another difficult team on defense to try to get my opponent to use a top tier team and not be able to save it for some easy banners by only going in with 1 or 2 characters to take down a team. So I put Padme in there just because she can do so many things and is great against a lot of teams, and will cause issues and will definitely take banners away. So those are my 7 defensive teams. Let me make sure that's right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There we go. And then I'm pretty sure we're only supposed to have 7, right? And then we have my offensive teams. I got Gas, which too much needs to be said. He can pretty much take down everything except for Galactic Legends on his own. And then I got this Mother Talzin team. This is for General Grievous counter. Still learning it. I just started it like last Grand Arena using this team. Came out with a couple of wins, but also got a loss. I've only really used it, I guess, 3-4 times against General Grievous, so I'm still learning the nuances of how to use this team against Grievous, and some of the comments that you guys have given have helped in regards to that, so I appreciate that. I have this Darth Revan team. This is my Rey counter, which is why you see Spy up there, because I hope to use, if he puts Rey on defense, my opponent has a Rey, then this is a team I'd like to use versus my Supreme Leader Kylo, just because I can get more banners with Darth Revan versus Supreme Leader Kylo, which is just crazy to say, as I can come out with all 5 standing with Darth Revan, and with Supreme Leader Kylo it's usually just Supreme Leader Kylo against Rey, so it's just 1v1. So that is why I have that team there. And if my opponent doesn't set Galactic Legends Rey, then I will have these characters to use elsewhere, which is fine with me. It gives me more options. I have my Resistance team here, and which since I just recently got a Poe up to Gear 13, that allowed me to throw in BB-8 with General Grievous, because I don't think BB-8 is too necessary with this team now that I have Finn and Poe. And then throw in Han, which is fantastic And then you got old Finn, who provides healing and also as a tank and puts out great damage as well. Then we got CLS, which not much needs to be said. Can be a gas counter if I need it, and pretty much a counter to anything else that's out there for the most part. Even, well, I don't know, not against the new Galactic Legends, but not really necessary since I have other teams for that. But he's there to take out pretty much anything else that I need him to. We got Treya against what might ever be out there. Padme, if needed. Obviously Geos. I just kind of threw in Marauder and Palpatine on this team just to fill in the other two spots, but usually the trio alone are sufficient for a lot of things. Then I got Jedi Knight Revan, usually the Grievous killer, but like I said, I'm going to try out my Night Sisters, so that will leave Jedi Knight Revan to go against anything else that might be lingering. Then I got my Supreme Leader Kylo, who I will use against Rey if necessary, if for some reason my Darth Revan team doesn't work. And then I just threw in this Karth team at the end, just as another extra team, because that leaves me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's 9 teams for offense. So a couple extra teams just as backups if for some reason I fail in one of my attempts. So those are my teams. My opponent today is going to be, where are you? Atez. And so far I haven't set anything yet, but we'll hear in just a moment. But just wanted to share those with you. Maybe that'll give you some ideas of your own, and hopefully this will ensure a victory today. As always, thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't subscribed, leave a like, and if you would like to donate to this channel and help it continue to grow, I would greatly appreciate it, and there's a link in the description where you can do that. As always, take care, have an awesome Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes day, and Kiowa is out.